Well, hello there. And this is Auntie. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. Happy New Year's to all of my subscribers all over the world who are already celebrating New Year's. Happy New Year 2021. Can't come fast enough, damn it. Okay. I have for you tonight an exclusive interview with the campaign manager for Jihoon's GoFundMe. I don't know a lot about this or what's going on, but my subscribers have been in my inbox, in my DMs, and they was like, Auntie, you got to talk to Amanda Grace. And so I reached out to her today and she was excited, just as excited to get the word out there as I was as far as trying to get to know what is going on. So I'm excited about this interview. So we're going to get ready to meet Amanda Grace. All right.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
So, hi everybody, I'm back. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. So, as you all know, we have been looking at 90 Day Fiance with Devin and Jihoon. And there seems to be some things that are going on. As you all know, Devin has accused Jihoon of multiple things, have moved back to the United States and got her a whole nother boyfriend. A whole nother boyfriend while tearing down the father of her child. My subscribers have reached out to me and said, Auntie, you have to meet this woman. And she is, doing a campaign for Jihoon. And so we're going to meet her tonight and we're going to find out what this GoFundMe is about, its purpose, and what they hope to achieve through this great this just GoFundMe. So without further ado, everybody, I'm going to introduce you to Amanda Grace. Hello, Amanda.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being willing to do this. I'm going to put the comments in the chat. Sorry. Thank you so much for being willing to do this interview with me. I reached out to you today.
Yes, thank you for the invitation.
You're so welcome. So tell us a little bit about you before we go into the GoFundMe and all of that kind of stuff. You don't have to tell all of your business, just a little bit.
All right. Well, about the beginning of December, I had an actual medical emergency. My appendix ruptured and I was actually I went into emergency surgery, and so I had a little bit of time on my hands. And so I was like, gonna start a GoFundMe for Jihoon.
Are you kidding me?
I am totally serious. So I didn't really think it was gonna take off. I didn't think that it was gonna be I didn't think anybody was gonna notice, but for whatever reason, it got picked up on real quick, like within I think a couple days, and it got flagged right away for fraud. And so it was taken down within I think like 48 hours.
Oh no.
So we had a problem and they wanted to talk to Jihoon. So I had a lot of work to do on my hands, but because I was on medical leave, I didn't really have anything else to do. So I just I did that. Before all that, I'm actually a medical biller and coder for
Okay.
in critical care medicine. I work for 6 physicians, and that usually keeps me pretty busy. I also have 4 children,
Wow.
and I just got married in November.
Oh, congratulations. You had a Thanksgiving wedding or?
Yeah, we did. And we actually got ready at a very historic hotel in downtown Denver at the Brown Palace.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's going to be featured in a magazine actually coming up pretty soon. So
Good for you. You just getting popular, Amanda.
I know. I actually had a baby in February too. So
Oh my God. Oh girl, you done had a whole lot going on.
it was actually a really good year, aside from the pandemic and everything. So yeah, that's what I do usually aside from all of this. And kind of the craziest thing about all of that is I got like 1,000 followers overnight.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
Wow. So we'll put your later on in the interview, we'll put your Instagram on in the chat so that we can post that for everybody if they want to follow you on Instagram. Do you have a private? Your page is not private, right?
no, it's public, which
Okay, mine private as hell. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so tell me why my subscribers are so interested in what's going on. Tell me about this GoFundMe.
Okay, so I started watching 90 Day Fiance the other way when I was on maternity leave when I had my son.
Okay.
I was up all the time with him, you know how babies are. So I needed something to watch, and I came across this on the TLC Go app, and I was immediately just sucked into it. I loved Jihoon and Devin's story from the beginning because the whole thing about the Americans going the other way, that was just something that I was totally into. And I was actually a really big fan of hers to begin with. You know, I thought she really loved him. I really thought that for I see your face.
I said,
Your face.
all right. Well, go ahead.
It wasn't too far into that season. I think it was like maybe the second episode that I was like, just kidding. I don't think she is really there for the right reasons. And I don't think I even got through the whole season before I was just like, I cannot believe the kinds of things that I am seeing here.
Yeah.
So,
I think we all felt that way about it. I think that we all originally liked the couple. We were interested in the story was very interesting. It was one we had never seen. And
right.
so I think that we all were really interested
They
in
had a whole
her.
100-day birthday party for Taeyong. Like, are you kidding me? How adorable was that? That whole thing was just, and his family coming out for that whole thing. It was so heartwarming. So it really kills me to think that it's not just Jihoon that is totally victimized by this. There is a whole other family there that is missing him and that wants to be a part of his life that I continually think about. And if you look at my page, there are pictures of them there. When they got to be there with him, you know, the aunties and the uncles and, you know, the grandparents be in his life. So, and when she started talking is when it was over for me. I did not need to search very far. All I really needed to do was take screenshots and wait a day, because she would just constantly contradict herself. And I got blocked by her because I called her out on social media, on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know or knew about the whole Drusilla throwing her dog in the back. Yeah. So I called her out for that. And she says that she didn't do it. But in the Instagram video, she is telling Drusilla very clearly to stop throwing the dog. So that was it for me. And that's what actually got me blocked. She blocked me on Instagram for that.
Okay, so you started a GoFundMe for him.
Mhm.
Because what?
Because fathers have rights to see their children. Divorces can be very ugly. They can be very drawn out, but none of that should ever be placed on the shoulders of the child. Regardless of how much bad feelings there are between the parents, this should never be placed upon the child to harbor those feelings.
And so you felt like this when you were so you became interested as the season progressed. What season was it that you really became? Was it this season that you really just became more interested in his story or her story?
Actually, during the summer, when I found out she was here in America
Okay.
with what's his name? His name. I don't
Some
know how to address him. But
somebody.
yeah, okay. When I found out she was with a new man here in America, and Jihoon had no idea. He found out through social media that she was here. And then I saw the episode where she promised to come back to Korea with Taeyong.
Okay.
That's when I was like, mm-mm, no, I'm not
Okay. Go
complain
ahead.
one that does things, you know. So that's when I was like, you know, this doesn't sit right with me. And I felt like it. I felt like doing a GoFundMe, but I never actually did it up until December.
Okay. And so the GoFundMe, what's the purpose of the GoFundMe?
The
What
purpose
is the
of the
summary?
is number one to secure legal counsel, because we all know Devin is throwing around all of these allegations of abuse, and she has never really substantiated those allegations with evidence or anything like that. So he has a right to come here and defend himself. Although I'm not too clear on if there are court proceedings. One day she says there is, the next there isn't. So he has a right to come here and defend himself against those. Number two, he has a right to see Taeyong, and we're not asking people to donate to a $50,000 plane ticket. When if he can come here, he needs to come here and be able to see Taeyong without relying on Alicia or Devin to meet up with him without a third party involved. There needs to be a mediator. There needs to be somebody who is a court professional to facilitate those kinds of things. And all of those kinds of things cost money. So that's what we're asking people to donate to. It needs to be all very monitored, because I would not put it past them to say, you know, if Jihoon was to drive up to Devin or Alicia's house, oh, he verbally abused me, or worse, he physically tried to abuse me, or something like that. You know how she is.
How much is the GoFundMe for? How much are you trying to raise?
We started at $50,000, and the reason why I did that was because I actually reached out to some people here in the United States and just asked them in their custody battles around how much they had spent on theirs. And we're talking about over the course of years, because when you have divorces involving children, they can last for years. It was it was incredible. Some of them were $50,000, some of them were more. And when you throw in things like, you know, an international custody battle and having to, you know, not work with a pandemic and having to come here and quarantine, he would have to do all of those things coming from another country. We don't know where we're going to be with this pandemic when that time comes. It was just a starting point to get it going. And that's the number we decided on as a team.
So I thought that, I am not, I have not um, supported any of the GoFundMe's for any of the 90 Day Fiance cast. And I have my own personal reasons why I choose not to do that. Um, I thought that you could not use GoFundMe's for legal fees. Can you clear
Actually,
that up?
yeah, you can. And GoFundMe is aware of all of that. So we've talked about them with this. I made them aware, number one, of course. And, you know, I've had people reach out to me telling me you can't send someone who's in South Korea money. That is not true at all, because you just cannot originate a campaign in South Korea because it's not a supported country. You have to be in a supported country to originate the campaign, which I am. You can use them for legal fees. It states very clearly on their page. You can use them for legal fees. You can use them for anything as long as it's not illegal. You can't use it to
Okay. Okay.
drugs. I don't know. People are weird. I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago, people were out there starting GoFundMes so that they could go see Justin Bieber in concert.
That's a good
And
campaign,
people
though. I mean,
donated to them. I mean, come on.
somebody might have sponsored it. So am I to believe that Jihoon is supporting this? Does he know about this campaign and is he supporting it?
Yes, he is. And actually, he's
Huh?
me right now. His texts are coming across my phone. He went public last night. He wanted to do it sooner, but we weren't ready. We weren't ready for the storm that was about to come. I do have people that are working with me on this, but like I tell everybody, we all still have jobs that do need our attention, and some of us have 2 jobs, so we're all doing this on the side, and we needed to be ready for it. So we took the opportunity to do it last night late to hopefully kind of smooth over the public's view of it, and then be ready for it today. It kind of worked. I still got a lot of a lot of stuff during the night, but we can only do what we can do. So yes, he does support it, but I want people to hear me when I say this. Jihoon is working. He is working for this cause. He is saving money. He is contributing towards coming here and being with Taeyong. That's what he has been doing this whole time. That is why we haven't seen him so much on social media. If you've ever caught him during one of his lives, he doesn't get home until sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning in South Korea. So that's what he does. That's what he has been doing. I know that he has tried, to be more just concentrating on himself, and that's what that means. That's what he's been trying to do.
Okay, so does Devin know about this GoFundMe? I'm assuming he's talked to her about it.
Has Jihoon talked to her about it?
Yeah, does she know about this GoFundMe? Have you had any pushback or
I am not aware of that yet. I'm sure
okay.
because she has a massive following of people. I am not, I know that they don't all support her just because she has,
Right.
that amount of people following her. That doesn't mean that they're there to support her, but I'm sure that she does. I saw something where she got like a death threat against Drusilla today. That,
Oh, we
I
can't
mean,
talk about that on YouTube.
no.
No,
Uh,
not about the kids and all that kind of stuff. No.
she was trying to get the focus off the GoFundMe, and said that about
Okay.
yeah, her child. So that's what I was trying to allude to, was that she was trying to get the focus off the GoFundMe and back onto, look at what I'm dealing with now because of this. I have to, look.
Oh, okay. And so this was something that this was a post because I don't follow her. I can't. So was this a without saying what it was exactly or the out the alleged was
It
this
was
a
an anonymous profile that made a statement towards her, and she posted it saying, "Look at what I'm having to deal with now. Thanks."
as a result of a GoFundMe?
Not necessarily as a result. It's just the timing was kind of peculiar because she's never posted anything like that before, so it was just kind of odd, and we kind of connected the dots. He had Jihoon has an amazing support system of people, and he got a lot of people donating today. As soon as the link went live, and it did not go live, I can't remember. I think it was at 4 o'clock. So he hasn't even been up that long. And I had to turn the notifications off of my phone because they were just constantly coming
Oh
across.
wow. Okay, so this campaign so it just started today.
Yes, the link, GoFundMe, I apologize. GoFundMe came back to me. I have the email right here. Would you like me to read it to you?
Sure.
Okay. It says, "Dear Jihoon and Amanda, thank you for completing the verification process. Your link is now active and ready to accept donations.
Wow.
If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us."
Wow. Girl,
It,
you was working with that ruptured appendix.
yes, I was. Oh my gosh.
So let me ask you a question. So what do you say to people who may be in my comment section right now or who may come back later on and says, you just need to sit somewhere and mind your damn business? What do you say to those people as to your real motivation or what do you say to them?
So what I say to those people is I was sitting somewhere minding my own business when I came across this. I came across this travesty of just like injustice that was happening to someone, and I can't get with that. I really can't. So, I'm sorry that they feel that way, and don't donate. That's all I can say to them is
Where you now, that's easier said than done with these 90 Day Fiance fans.
I
I,
know
I always say that.
but I do have to tell you something. I don't know if you know, but Leda from season 6, she's not a 90 Day Fiance the other way. She's just a regular 90 Day Fiance. She's been trying to contact me, and I've been trying to contact her. She was the one who leaked. I don't know if it would be leaked because that's still up for debate. But she put out there her private messages between her and Devin. That she said that Devin was like sending her the evidence that she had against Jihoon, and it does not look good for Devin. So she wants to donate to Jihoon's GoFundMe. She
Wow.
posted it in my comments section underneath his GoFundMe link. So I got back to her and I said, the link is up. I've been trying to contact you. I've just never been able to connect with her just yet. I think because she's too popular, and I'm not that popular yet. So I don't know.
You'll be popular after the GoFundMe goes live. So he had to have somebody in the United
Yes.
States doing this. Now, here's another question, right? Because I'm going to talk for the voice of the people.
Hmm.
We saw on the show that he was irresponsible with getting a job.
Yeah.
He wasn't manning up to the plate. He had been telling her a lot of lies, a lot of lies. Okay, because I was disappointed with him with the lies.
Hmm.
What makes you think that he is mature enough to handle 50,000 US dollars?
Well, here's the thing with that. Nobody is going to have access to that money directly. It's not going into his bank account. It's not going into my bank account. It is going into a trust fund that is managed by a law firm. That is one thing that is something that was very apparent to all of us. That was something we decided that was best for all of us. I do not want to have any access to this money. I don't want to be responsible for this money. And to maintain transparency and to maintain legitimacy for this campaign, and GoFundMe agrees, when you have a GoFundMe campaign for someone else, it is best to set up a trust fund because things can go wrong. They can go sour. It doesn't necessarily have to be right away. It can be sometime down the line. A trust fund is always best. So the lawyer and the law firm will assure everybody that funds are used appropriately. It takes the pressure off of me, and it takes the pressure off of Jihoon. So that way there is no question.
So who paid for all of this?
So it is, from my understanding, there is a retainer, and it's not very big. It's like $1,000 to maintain the trust fund. That's it.
And you set all of this up while you was laying in the bed with your appendix.
I set it up with my team.
You make sure you, if I ever get in trouble,
I know, right? Maybe
I
there's
need
another
you
90
on my
day fast
side.
needs my help. I don't know. I might need to
Oh,
keep my eye out.
so do you have a team of people working with you?
I do. I have an amazing team of people, and they are all over the world, which has
Are you kidding me?
no, they are all over the world, all in different time zones. So, like I said in my live earlier, sometimes we get to sleep 3 hours, sometimes we get to be up for 24 hours. So, this is what I'm trying to tell people, the support system that Jihoon has far outweighs the negative comments in the comment sections or anything, negative that people can say online. The support is just overwhelming. And the people who are willing to work on this, they're all doing it for free. They don't even want any recognition because most of them are doing it anonymously. They don't want to be known. I don't even know who they are.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
I'm totally serious.
So this thing has been live now for, you said, about 4 hours. Can you tell us how much you've raised already?
Actually, it's been only live for 2 hours because it's been 4 o'clock since 4 o'clock my time. So it's been about 2.5 hours. It's on my phone, and I accidentally hung up on you earlier, so
Uh,
I don't want to do that again. So
okay, well, come back later on when the video goes live and put it in the comment section, and I'll pin it as of 2 hours.
I
This
do
is how
know
much is raised.
before I got on with you, I got a $100 donation from a bitter ex dad, is what it said.
Okay.
So those are the kinds of people that are donating to Jihoon, and he can go in there and see it at any time. I have 2 campaign managers underneath me as well who are helping manage that as the comments and everything. Anybody can leave a comment who donates. The public cannot leave a comment. We decided that was best as well. So
Hell yeah.
I know. I
Well,
know.
there's going to be a lot of people that are going to oppose it, and a lot of people are going to say, why are you doing this? He doesn't need the money. He needs to.
Yeah, I know. They're already out there right now. And, Devin's mom, she really likes to talk a lot about this. She's real bothered by it. And I don't understand why. I really don't. She likes to, I don't know if she likes to say that she's not talking about it, but then she talks about it.
Let me tell you something, honey. There's no way in the world that I could follow her on Instagram.
I did.
Her mama, the mouse in the corner in the kitchen. I couldn't do it because it's been so many allegations, and of course a lot of them I can't talk about, on
Yeah.
YouTube. But it's just ridiculous. And as you said, a lot of times she comes back and she contradicts, or you see a video that contradicts it.
I know. It's great.
And so he wants custody. Is it that he wants custody, joint custody, visitation rights? What is he really fighting for?
I have a non-disclosure agreement with Jihoon.
Oh,
I can't discuss the.
damn.
I'm sorry. That is something that he never asked of us, but it was the right thing to do. So I'm sorry, I can't discuss his wants, but I am here to help him in any way possible. And he never once asked me for money. He never asked for this. So I kind of just like sloughed it onto him. And I was like, people out here want to help you. He had no idea what his rights even were. He didn't know that he had any rights to see Taeyong. He thought, Devin took him and that was it. He was never going to see him again.
Oh, so is not talking about the baby, but talking about the baby. Where's the baby citizenship? Is the baby citizenship here or there?
Devin has stated that he's a dual citizen.
Okay.
So that's what I am believing. He is a dual citizen. So that was said in the show. So
wow. This is so you actually have had conversations with Jihoon.
Yes, we talk every day. He is 16 hours ahead of me. So sometimes getting back and forth is kind of hard, but he bears with me. And, it's not like we're talking like, no, how was your day? What did you have for dinner or anything like that? No, he has to know all of the relevant information about the campaign. It has been a huge struggle for us up until this day. I did not at all think we were going to hear back from GoFundMe today. It is New Year's Eve. I didn't think anybody was there. And then sent me the email, I was like, oh my God, I gotta text Jihoon. I gotta get all the team members together. I gotta tell everyone. And then they're like, you gotta do a live. And I'm like, I gotta text Jihoon. Because he's
So is he going to be? So is he going to be doing anything publicly to support and endorse you?
he did last night. He put on his page, there is a picture explaining the GoFundMe, who I am, and endorsing the campaign. And then he tagged me in it where people can go to my page. And I asked him actually earlier to, since the link is now live, he just found out right now that the link is live. I asked him to post it to his page.
Okay. And you said that this is an international reach.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So do you consider him a friend?
I consider him someone that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
I care about him being able to see his son. I don't know how he feels about me. I wouldn't be surprised if I would find out he was very reluctant. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. He has shown incredible faith in me and in my team. I cannot thank him enough for that, because he had done all of that with Devin, and it did not go so well for him. So he wanted to know a lot of things about me. He asked a lot of good questions. He asked a lot of the right questions. It was never, give me money, just give me the money. It was never about that. So he wanted to know my background. He wanted to know what I did. He wanted to know why I wanted to help him. So
Yeah, because I mean, this isn't something that just a regular person just does. I mean, you know what I mean?
yes.
Usually they do the GoFundMe themselves.
Yes. And there is no platform. There is no charitable platform when it comes to collecting money that is supported in South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
He is stuck. There is nothing that he could have done. And I think Devin knows this. There is nothing that he could have done to get here, to defend himself or to do anything to help himself see Taeyong. I don't know. I am not sure what the wage is in South Korea, but I imagine it's not very high.
Mm-hmm.
Especially right now during a pandemic. I imagine it's not very high.
So let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to have a conversation with her should she approach you for that?
Devin?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so why not?
She will always say whatever she can to elevate herself.
True.
There would be
no argument coming from here.
there is nothing that she could ever say to me that I would believe, or that I would really even waste my time with hearing. I mean, I really tried to listen to her, to see it from her side. There is no side to see from her angle. There really isn't. There is no excuse. So, and when Leda came out with the pictures that she had as evidence, I'm sorry, there is nothing to see. There is nothing to see. She sent Leda pictures. I know we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it. She sent Leda pictures of the so-called abuse that happened, and there was just nothing to see. So,
wow.
And it's on all over Instagram. Pages picked it up like wildfire.
Are you kidding me? See, I usually mind my business, but my subscribers overwhelmingly wanted me to talk to you about this. And I found it very interesting too, because it's not every day that you find somebody to do all the work and the research that you have done on behalf of someone else. Like, people don't do that.
One of my team members just texted me and said that we're over $500 in just 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. I'm excited. I would really like to see Jihoon come here and be reunited.
So if he were to tell you that he wants to give up the fight, that the two of them have negotiated and they've talked about it and they're going to work it out another way,
Mhm.
would you drop the GoFundMe or
Yeah,
would you continue to keep?
everybody will get refunded.
Suppose some of it's already used.
No, none of it will be used until there. So the way that it's going to have to work is that Jihoon will have to sign something with the law firm, because the law firm who is actually whoever he lands with is actually going to manage the funds.
Okay.
They're going to have to go forward or go backwards. There's not going to be any in between. So everybody who is, if he decides to work it out another way, they'll have to refund. That's how the GoFundMe works. It's 100%. What do they call that? It's 100% verified, and people can get, I don't remember how they worded it exactly, but we prepared for that. We did prepare for that.
Okay.
And I know it seems like a lot of money. I really do. Paul I think he's from this season. Maybe he's not. Paul and Karini. Are you familiar with them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, he decided to put his little 2 cents in, and
Oh, did he, girl? What
yeah,
the
he
hell
did.
did his crazy ass say?
Yeah, he said that he thinks that because it's such a high profile case, somebody should just help him for free, and that it's gonna cost nowhere near $50,000 for a custody case like that. And people were just like, dude, what planet are you from? Wait, never mind. We don't want to know. I know he's crazy.
With
I
all the
didn't say
problems he
anything.
got, seriously, with all the problems he got,
No,
he need to concentrate on that and
I
not worry
know.
about somebody else's. He need to make sure. Okay,
I
you,
know. Because
you go there.
one of the things my followers and I talk about a lot is the Hague Convention, and that's what I guess set him off, because he looked into it. But the Hague Convention is something that definitely can apply here, and that's something that Jihoon can talk to his lawyer about. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's an act that was signed, and it is something that is signed between two countries, and they have to participate in it. In which case, South Korea and America do participate, and it is something that comes into play, that prevents kind of like the international kidnapping of children. So if you have a child that is taken out of the country into another country, kidnapping charges can apply. That is just like summing up very briefly. The Hague Convention is actually a very, very long read if you look into it on Wikipedia, but it is something that can possibly come into play here. And that is something that we have talked about for a long time, leading up into this day. And no, I am not a lawyer, but I don't have to be a lawyer to read. So, I'm sorry. So that's something that we talk about a lot too. And we all did see Devin promise to come back, and Taeyong is a dual citizen. So it could be. I don't know, but it could be.
Wow. I
I know.
mean, there's a lot involved in this.
I know.
That's a lot of work.
I know. I know.
Any last words that you would like to say to any of the people who are here? Any last words you want to say? You want to see if anybody wants to come on with us, or how do you want to work that out? What do you
Yeah,
want
if
to do?
anybody wants to come on, that's cool.
Okay, so I'll put most of the time they don't for some reason.
Don't be scared. Come on.
But we'll see if they want to come in. So let me put the link in the chat and see if people would like to come in and, maybe ask some questions of their own. So let's see. Going to put the invitation out there. So if you all would like to come in and ask Amanda Grace any questions, please feel free to click on the link. before we end this live. Like I'm so thankful that you came for because I didn't know what was going on, and
Mm.
um, I think that if you really feel strongly about something and you want to do this, do it.
It was on my heart for sure. It was on my heart. So
Yeah, and so do you expect a lot of negative comments, or have you had any of her fans coming at you and
oh yeah.
biting at your ass?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I have people who make troll accounts specifically to just come at me for it, but 9 times out of 10, I don't even have to defend myself because my followers are just there to be like, listen, this is not the one that you are going to mess with because I have not. I don't really ever. I try not to, anyways, to take up my people's time with talking about Devin. And when I do, I always put a disclaimer and I say that these are my own thoughts and feelings, and I do not speak on behalf of Jihoon when I say these things because I do not in any way want to implicate his legal process at all when I say those things. But yeah, they come and they come in the weirdest ways, and they say some of the just the rudest stuff. I mean, they're rude.
But one thing about the 90 Day Fiance fans, including yourself, when you all go for somebody, when you ride for them,
I'm sorry, do what?
when you all ride for one of the people, one of the cast members, you all ride hard.
Yeah, we do. I
I
know.
don't ride hard for anybody. I'm not connected to them. And I think it's because I'm an influencer. So because of that, I try not to,
Yeah, you like umbrella everyone. Yeah. You don't want to make waves.
yeah, because I mean, he has been, as I asked you earlier, he's been very irresponsible.
Yeah.
Hasn't always been honest. So a lot of people are going to look at that, and that is going to be a factor on whether or not people give or whether or not they don't, because of his past indiscretions and the things that we've seen, play out on television. Now, everything that we've said here today, as far as Instagram posts or pictures released, it's all allegedly, right? Because they
Mm,
can always be doctored.
yeah. Yeah.
And you got to, consider the source. So it's
Yeah.
all been alleged, right? Because even what she's been saying, it's not a matter of fact until he's proven guilty.
Right.
And so, you want to leave room for that.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people's questions was that he I guess they just received a uh like a final check from Sharp Entertainment, and he did have to go and buy a scooter. Now, this scooter was literally a couple $1,000s, and he bought it so that he could make the deliveries because that's what he does in South Korea. He and it wasn't brand new, like people were freaking out about it. And he did this before he got wind of the GoFundMe. He had
Well,
no,
why can't he buy a damn scooter? Like, what the hell? You
I
mean
guess
to
the
tell
best,
me, wait a minute. Are you telling me that he brought a scooter and people got mad because he had a scooter? That's not what you're saying.
yes, that is what I am saying. And this is what I am defending right now. This is what I have had to do. This is the kind of stuff that I have had to deal with in this GoFundMe process because Jihoon went out and bought a scooter so that he could make his deliveries. He should have put that money towards, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm just like, it is
It
not,
takes money to make money, though.
you know,
I mean, it really does. It takes money to make money, whether or not you're here or in another country. If you get a new job or something like that in an office, you're going to have to buy office appropriate clothes. It takes money to make money.
he didn't go out
So,
and buy a brand new car. He didn't.
and even if he did, so what? That's his damn business. Oh,
Yeah.
so they're trying to imply that he's using this GoFundMe money in
Yes.
order to.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people is that there is a trust in place. And that's why it's called a trust, you know. And so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we say. It's never going to be right. It's never going to be enough to these people. So there's only so much that we can do. And we're just going to have to let it go. And we tell him all the time, don't respond to the negative people. Don't let it affect you, because they're always going to be there. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. They're always going
And
to
the same thing with you. Remember that advice. Don't come back here and look at the comments and think that they're all going to be positive.
No, I won't. I'm all right with it. I'm pretty thick-skinned. I mean, I dealt with so much before all of this, when I was, getting into Devin's comments and asking her questions. Okay. I got a lot of crap from people, just asking questions or even challenging her. That got me a lot of crap from her followers. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, nobody has come forward with, wanting to get on the screen. For some reason, my subscribers have allergic reaction to that link button, and they and they don't come out. But hopefully in 2021, they'll mature to do that. Do you have anything final that you would like to say to the people in the chat and the people who are going to be looking at this via replay?
I just want to thank everybody who has come here to support us and support Jihoon. And if you haven't subscribed to Auntie, please do so.
Okay, so let me put your Instagram into the chat for those people. Hold on, I think I have it, but let me just make sure. So it's Amanda Gracie Crosby.
Just Grace. Thanks, Mom. She messed up.
Oh, so what? So
it's spelled right, but it's pronounced just Grace.
Oh, okay. So follow Amanda on Instagram. Oh, somebody's coming in too. Okay, just one second. At Amanda Grace Crosby. So somebody has come into the chat, but they're moving a lot. So they're going to have to, so let me add her to the screen. Hello,
Hi.
Eva.
Hi.
How are
I'm
you?
so excited to be here. Good. I love you, Auntie.
I love you too, sweetie. Good to
Hi,
see your
Amanda.
face.
Thank you. Amanda, so far you seem really likable, and I like the way that you're going about it with the transparency and everything. Is there a way to like follow what the law firm is and everything? Do we just go to your IG, or will it just all stay on like the GoFundMe site?
It'll be on my Instagram. We have asked them if they want to be all up in this public mess, and so far it hasn't really been too savory with them. So they're a very reputable, one of the most highest rated that we could find. So but with time it might be something that they want to come forward with. And you know what, Auntie Leda just texted me,
Okay.
so she might have something to do with all of this too. But yes, if you follow me, I will give people updates. That is providing that I can do all
Okay.
so
but there's a way, like a succinct way to follow like what's happening. I know that it's like privacy and everything, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The progress will definitely be on my page, and there's a lot of other 90-day pages that just like grab the content from my page, which is totally fine. They always give credit, so it's usually everywhere, but the best place to usually find it is on my page.
Okay, good. Did you find that a lot of fathers were coming forward and saying that they could relate with his experience, or other men and women, not just fathers?
Yes, I was given a very disturbing statistic about this. And I didn't know any of this, but 12 out of every 1,000 children are kidnapped by a relative every year. And 90% of those people are parents. And now it doesn't say specifically if there are, those are parents who are not allowed to have those children, but I couldn't really do a lot of that research right away because I had to get on this video with Auntie. um
Don't blame me.
I'm sorry, but yeah, it's a very sore situation. Mothers tend to think they have a right, and I'm a mother. I have 4 children. I have a blended family myself, and I have never even thought about doing that to begin with. I have traveled across state lines with my daughter. I have always had to give an address when we were leaving and when we were coming back, what flight we were on. I mean, it is very, very formal on how you do all of that. So yes, I've had a lot of fathers come forward. And I was just telling Auntie earlier, we received $100 donation from a man who wanted to be known as a bitter ex-father. So those kinds of things really make me sad. And I know in my heart that what I am doing is right. I know what I'm doing is right. So
I think a lot of people don't go after their children because they feel like they're up against this impossible process because lawyers are super expensive, or they feel like, oh my gosh, my job background isn't perfect, or what if people say this or that? And I think that it's nice that for the principle of the thing that people are helping him, so that way somebody can look into it instead of just Devin having control over it, because it shouldn't just be her say and everything. And so I think it's nice that that there will be somebody like looking into this instead of just having her have full control over it.
You're absolutely right. And it doesn't even have to be a father in an international country. Fathers don't even really know what rights they have to children here. So they feel like they're up against the world when it comes to these kinds of things. And I'm just trying to shed some light on a very kind of taboo situation that people don't really talk about. Sometimes there are problems within the home. And like we were talking about earlier, that should never be something that is placed on the children's shoulders. They should be able to have both of their parents, and that should just be it. I know sometimes that can't always work, but it should be up to the courts to decide that. It should never be upon the other parent to make that decision for them.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for answering those couple questions, and it was so nice to be with you for New Year's.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New
Year, Auntie. Love you so much.
Love you too. Love you too, Eva.
All right, good night. Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Well, Amanda, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for visiting the platform, for letting us know what this campaign is about. Good luck to you all in the new year as you strive to get this funding for them. If you want to come back to the channel and discuss anything else, maybe possibly have your friend Jihoon with you, we'll be more than welcome to open up the to open up the doors to the both of you. I think that she has said a lot and has been on a lot of platforms, and I think it's time for people to actually hear what he has to say.
Yes.
And I'm sure that we're going to need an interpreter because I can't understand nothing he's saying. So we'll try to make arrangements
on his English. So we'll see.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I appreciate your time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Amanda.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, y'all, that is the story about the GoFundMe. Again, as I told Amanda, and I indicated to you all, I don't usually support GoFundMes at all. Okay, now I'll let you tell your story, but I'm not going to do that, and that is because I am not wanting to directly get involved in that kind of stuff. All of the things that were said here were her opinions, my opinions, and should not be considered facts. We do not also want you all to go out and harass anybody, to go to anybody's DMs or the email and harass. And so we're not promoting that kind of environment. This was just, to find out, exactly what was going on with it. Because again, you, the subscribers, I do try to, when I can, get you the information that you asked me for. So I'm hoping that all of you who reached out to me to do this interview and to get to know Amanda and the cause that she's fighting for on behalf of Jihoon. Um, there's really nothing more to say. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. You all have a happy new year and be safe. I love you all to pieces. Good night, y'all. Happy New Year.